Before he got famous, Jelly Roll was a broke ex-convict who was living out of a van. Then, just like that, his whole world changed. Here's how the country rocker went from a jail cell to the top of the charts. Clearly, Jelly Roll is not the name he was born with. That would be Jason DeFord. His stage name came from his mother. He said during an appearance on the Bobby Bones Show,
"So I'm obviously looked the part, and my mother named me that whenever I was a little chubby kid. Been fat my whole life."
As he explained in an interview documented by My Radio Link, his childhood love of donuts also contributed to the nickname. However, in an odd twist of fate, a friend from school began calling him Jelly Roll in public, and the name fit so well that he kept it. Jelly Roll explained,
"I love this because there's a difference between a nickname and a stage name. You know what the difference is? You don't get to pick your nickname."
Once he'd settled on using the nickname professionally, Jelly Roll felt he had no choice but to stick with it. He wrote on Facebook, "One of the reasons I never changed my name is because I felt like it represented Nashville and the culture of the real Nashville. I was born and raised in this place." He grew up in the Nashville neighborhood of Antioch, telling Music Bliss, "One of the best things about Antioch for me is the fact, and I have said this multiple times in the past, but Antioch is the cultural melting pot of Tennessee." As a result, Jelly Roll explained that growing up in that kind of environment effectively took race out of the conversation. He explained, "Everyone from there, all of us were just so different and so weird that race didn't make a difference where I'm from." Despite growing up in the home of country music, Jelly Roll sidestepped the influence of country early on, and instead gravitated toward Nashville's burgeoning rap scene. He told Billboard, "The culture I was first exposed to was hip-hop. Not even just music, but the culture. Breakdancing, graffiti, freestyling, the clothing." When Jelly Roll was just 14, he got into a fight that landed him in a juvenile detention center. That initial prison stay sparked a pattern of incarceration that saw him go in and out of jail for more than a decade. At 16, he was charged with aggravated robbery and tried as an adult. Facing a potential 20-year sentence, he wound up spending just over a year behind bars. Then, at age 21, he was charged with possession of drugs with intent to distribute, resulting in more time behind bars. However, he vowed to never return, telling Music Bliss, "The truth about me being locked up again is that I would rather be killed than spend any more time in prison." During one of his stints in prison, Jelly Roll's daughter, Bailey Ann, was born. As a result, he missed her birth and many other important milestones. By the time he was released, Bailey Ann was a walking, talking toddler. He told Music Bliss, "So when I came home, I realized that I had missed a lot, and I wanted to try and catch up. Her birth taught me that there is nothing more important in eternity than the relationships that we have." Jelly Roll became even closer to his daughter when he was granted custody of her while her mother battled drug addiction. This proved to be a game-changing experience for both father and daughter. In an Instagram post, Bailey Ann wrote that her life changed forever the year she was placed into her dad's custody. Waffle House is a Southern institution boasting some 1,500 restaurants. Jelly Roll made his love of the chain known with his 2013 mixtape Whiskey, Weed, and Waffle House, which he handed out for free at various Waffle House locations. Within weeks of the release, he received a cease and desist letter from the chain's law firm, asserting that his use of the restaurant's logo on the album's cover constituted copyright infringement. The rapper, who wasn't very well known at the time, was stunned that he attracted the chain's attention. He said in a statement that was posted by Hip Hop DX, "When I first got the cease and desist letter, I thought somebody was pulling my chain. I thought, surely I'm not known enough for Waffle House to give a shit about me using their name." He responded by re-releasing the mixtape with a new Waffle House free title, Whiskey, Weed, and Women, and removing the logo.
And you know the worst part of it is I never lost my love for that place.
As fans of Jelly Roll know, he's not single and is regularly accompanied by his wife, Bunny XO. They married in 2016 after dating for about a year. One night in Las Vegas, the Nashville rapper popped the question to Bunny while he was on stage at a Deftones concert. After the concert, he decided they should get hitched right then and there. At the time that he and Bunny tied the knot, Jelly Roll's life was a far cry from what it would become. He wrote in a Facebook post, "I was a lost cause. I was in the middle of a custody battle. I was broke, living out of a van, doing 200 shows a year for $200 a show." As he explained, his wife quite literally turned his life around. He also credited Bunny with helping him get custody of his daughter. That old saying about the apple not falling far from the tree certainly applies to Jelly Roll and his daughter Bailey Ann. He invited her to join him for a duet on his single Tears Could Talk, after she'd previously appeared in his music video for Sunshine After the Rain. In 2023, he brought Bailey Ann on stage to perform Tears Could Talk at a concert in Georgia. Before the song, Jelly Roll told the crowd about how Tears Could Talk came to be. As he recalled, his daughter had approached him at around age 9 or 10 to share that she'd like to start writing songs as a form of therapy. He told the audience, "And I said, said, "Well, I'd love for you to write something, and if it's good, we'll put it on my album." And a few years back, we did. When he's not writing, recording, or performing music, Jelly Roll has embraced a hobby that might seem odd for someone with a prison record and multiple face tattoos. He told Billboard, "My guilty pleasure is golf. I love golf because people drink early in the morning. I too like things that involve drinking early in the morning when that's possible. It's like a little sanctuary, man. It's awesome." When the opportunity arises, Jelly Roll is happy to blend his passion for golf with his philanthropy. This was the case when he shared a photo in an Instagram post in which he was participating in a charity golf tournament to fund Creative Vets, a nonprofit serving wounded military veterans. He also competed in a 2023 celebrity golf tournament. While Jelly Roll has been candid about his past troubles with the law, he's also been open about how substance abuse was a big part of those troubles. He told Billboard, "In the beginning, I did a lot of drugs. I drank a lot of codeine, a lot of cough syrup, I took a lot of Xanax, did a lot of cocaine, just really took it overboard. I've had years. Dude, I don't remember years." As he explained, his family has a long history of addiction, including his mother, who'd managed to overcome her own issues.
I mean, she's a great woman, good mother, but she was clearly a woman who was struggling with drugs and mental health.
However, he was also quick to point out that while he no longer indulges in those kinds of substances, his current lifestyle doesn't exactly encompass the dictionary definition of sobriety. He told Taste of Country, "I definitely enjoy a drink and a cocktail, but right now, I haven't drank in 2 weeks because it's been all focused for what I got going on in my life." Ever since he began focusing on music after being released from prison, Jelly Roll has approached the concept of songwriting and performing with intensity. He also made a conscious decision to be completely honest in his music. He told Billboard, "Complete vulnerability is my constant goal in writing. Music was the way I found out I wasn't alone." That's why his music tends to take an unflinching look at the experiences he's had in his life. Something that's particularly true of his songs Dancing with the Devil and Hungover in a Church Pew. As he told the New York Times, those 2 tracks were both written on the same night and came from a very deep and personal place. For Jelly Roll, writing and recording those songs was a cathartic, therapeutic experience, which took the courage to delve back into some dark times from his past. He explained, "I was thinking about the choices I made, some horrible decisions. My music is a constant cry for help and growth. It tells a story of change, and I wasn't ready for this before now."
The songwriting process is where I let my demons out. That's where I exercise the darkness inside of me.
There's no denying that Jelly Roll's trajectory from prison inmate to Nashville star is a dramatic story. That was evident to documentary filmmaker Barry Pearlman, who told the story of the rapper-turned-country rocker in the 2023 documentary, Jelly Roll, Save Me. Even for those who thought they knew Jelly Roll and his backstory, the film contained some revelations, including his recounting of going to prison a staggering 40 times. The film's title is taken from his song, Save Me. The documentary also explained the significance of that song, not just in terms of serving as his own musical cry for help, but also for jump-starting his rise to the top. How important was that song to his career? At one point in the film, he looked back on being thrilled to have sold 1,000 tickets for a show in January 2022 and selling out Nashville's Bridgestone Arena the following December.
It ended up becoming so much more than I could have even dreamed.
Understandably, watching his life play out on screen proved to be an emotional experience for the film subject. Jelly Roll told ABC Audio, "I mean, we got gritty. We got in the trenches together. We let the producers get access to the stuff that artists are afraid to let people get access to, and we told the truth. I'm nervous, but I am excited." In fact, after watching a minute-long teaser, Jelly Roll was overcome with emotion, saying, "I mean, I cried. I cried for like 20 minutes after I watched it." Not only is Jelly Roll's personal story captivating, the trajectory of his career is too. Starting off firmly rooted in rap, he found even greater success when he incorporated elements of country music and southern rock to create a style that's distinctively his own. That journey has been evident in the chart performance of his biggest hits. In 2022, Jelly Roll landed at #1 on Mediabase's active rock radio chart with his single Dead Man Walking. The following year, he once again hit the #1 spot, but not on the rock chart. This time out, his song Son of a Sinner debuted at the top of both the Mediabase and Billboard country charts. Also in 2023, he broke a long-standing record when he spent 25 weeks on Billboard's Emerging Artist chart, the longest consecutive number of weeks that any artist had spent on that particular chart. He even expressed shock about his record-breaking status in an Instagram post, writing, "I woke up and couldn't believe it. Thank y'all again. Wow." If you or anyone you know needs help with addiction issues, help is available. Visit the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration website or contact SAMHSA's National Helpline at 1-800-662-HELP. That's 1-800-662-4357.